stopped and said, Sam, leero ndeese eno tojja kuddamu kunjooga. And I knew what he had brought. I knew that car because we used to see it in Nairobi in the safari rallies. I said, this one I don't think I can manage. So,
but that time where the Troy teaches...
already, yes, in Nairobi. So Karim bought this car. It was going to be driven by one of the Didier Ori or somebody in Toyota team in Safari. So he bought it with the truck, the spares. Money can talk, my friend. So he bought it with tires, everything, all spares. And he brought them to Uganda. Purposely.
To beat some.
So I also knew I was finished. So we met.
What year was that?
1993. The cars had just come, those cars. Yeah, the first lot. They dominated from that time, 94, 95, 96, they were Tigers. They came and removed the 240 RSs. They removed the Toyota. What was it called? The rear wheel drive Toyota. The twin cam turbo. So those Tigers were real beasts, I'm telling you. So he met me and said, nkusanze wano, nkulina toina chakola. So there was a rally coming. There was the next rally after that. We were practicing for a rally. You know, you must practice on the road. Yeah, like you practice in a gym, but for us we practice on the road. So the rally came. We started from Nairo Mansions. It was a one-day rally going to the east. Mukono, Jinja, what? He started car number 1. I did not meet him. With my speed and tactics, I used to see where I was passing. Yeah. So I did not find him, but I could see his dust. He beat me in a 300-kilometer rally. One day, he beat me by 3 minutes. 1 to 3 minutes. I knew the difference between my car with an expert driver, Ssali, and the difference between mine and his car, a very good car, he was average, with average skills, but the car was too good. It made him very good as a person. Yeah. So I couldn't catch him. I told my sponsors, I said, if I don't get a car of that nature, I can't compete. And since he has brought this one, he's going to bring more, and other drivers will also bring more. And the Katos, Emmanuel Kato brought, Romala, they got this one, Mohanji started coming in. I was with them, we drove together. So I decided to call it a day. Why? I was still hot. If I had got such a car, even now I would be driving. So that is what happened. I retired in 1993, March, after one rally. I think after the second rally. Yeah. But Karim had brought that.
You realized you would not.
I would not compete. Yes. And those cars at that time were costing $200,000 US. And my sponsors could afford about $100,000. So I waited for the money to appear. Okay? So that, but eventually I said, these people hate me. You know, the other colors, the Bazungu, the Asians, the Bachotala,
Yeah.
to see a black man beating them.
It's
Like,
a statement.
so they don't like you. You're causing problems for them. So I said, Then one time I was shot in Kabalagala. I was driving my Mercedes going home with my children. Then there was confusion with policemen. What in Kabalagala? Then they told me that these are amateur policemen had just come out of. I was shot through here. The bullet went inside and it lodged here. So with God's mercy, I was told, motoka zireke bajja kutta, by intelligence people who knew that you are in such a delicate situation because of people you are beating all the time. You are the champion. What? I also felt that maybe I'm stepping on some people's feet. Maybe not. Maybe they were not against me. But people told me. People who knew.
Yeah, even others could use the advantage.
Yeah, advantage, yeah. So I retired in 1993. I hurt a lot of people when I retired. I used to win. People used to bet. A lot of money, betting millions. If Ssali wins, betting.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I knew later.
Oh, that people would always place a bet on you.
So, but at the end of the day, now, you may ask me, don't you have a son or daughter who succeeded you? I had one son when he finished Makerere. In 2001, I had organized. He was driving the service vehicles. He was with the mechanics. He knew what to do in a rally. He used to drive my rally car here and there. So, but after he graduated in Makerere in 2001, we found an opportunity for him to go and study masters. So he went. We agreed, you go and study, but go to this man. He has got a rally driving school. Go there, train. You will have your degree, masters, but you will be also a rally driver to succeed me. We agreed. But when he went into academics, he went into academics.
He never looked back.
He never looked back. So I was disappointed. The only person who drives the car in a style which I admire. Now you are in the Automobile Association of Uganda. You know where you are. This is where I work. And you can see, I showed you our people with the work they do. That one does defensive driving. We have a driving school. Okay? And I've brought my own daughter to do driving lessons. She has been driving illegally. But today, it is her birthday, 15th January. So she's supposed to start and qualify and get a driving permit. She will be taught to the letter. So you are privileged to find me here. I am privileged to have been interviewed by Rob Stiles. I always read about. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't know if you have something. It is almost 40 minutes.
Yeah, 40 minutes. Maybe we can use the 5 minutes, 6 minutes remaining.
You are asking.
Just about the comparison between the sport of today and yesteryears.
Ah.
What is the
Now let me tell you, Rob Stiles. In our days, we used to drive rallies of 1,600 kilometers, coming to 2,000 kilometers. Why? Start from State Square, drive in the bush up to Fort Portal. You know the distance on the road?
Yeah.
Kampala to Fort Portal is 200 miles. 200 miles is like 360 kilometers, something. First day, start from State Square, drive to Fort Portal, sleep in mountains of the moon. First day. Then they count the points. Who has won that leg? The winner starts in the morning, and so on, and so on, and so on. Second day, from mountains of the moon to White Horse Inn, Kabale. That is another about 280 kilometers or 300. We are driving cars, not helicopters in the air, but on the ground. That is second day. Competing, overtaking each other. You must overtake if you want to win. In those days, they used to give us time for each section, which is no longer the same today. Today, it is the time you take per section, which wins.
Yeah.
Isn't it? If you are slow, you become 10th. But in those days, they used to give us time. So you must beat that time. And the one who beats it most wins that section. So second day, I've told you, from mountains of the moon to White Horse Inn in Kabale. You know that place?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All types of conditions. Have you been in Fort Portal area at night?
Yeah, it's very cold.
Or very early in the morning from Fort Portal going to Kabale? The mist. And the mist. So you must know how to drive through the mist, the mud, the dust, and you must be fit. That is the second day. Add the kilometers for me. The first one is about 400 kilometers. Then the second one is about 300 kilometers. So that is 700 kilometers. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Third day, rallying, not walking, not enjoying. The back, the feet, you must be fit. The brain, you must keep up. Third day, we drive from 7 a.m. in Kabale, the mist in Kabale. We are going to Mbarara from Kabale. That is about, I think, 140 kilometers. But we are passing through the farms, not on tarmac. So add 140 to 700. How many kilometers? 840. Yeah? From Kabale to Mbarara, we have lunch. After lunch, from Mbarara to Kampala. That is about 240 kilometers. No. It's about 280, say 300 kilometers. Add to 840. That is 1140. 1,140 kilometers. Yeah? We reach Kampala by about 6. We started from Kabale at 7. So we reach Kampala 5. Okay? Then at 6 o'clock, we start again. We slept in Kabale. First, we slept in Fort Portal. Kabale. We don't sleep. Even in Kampala, we don't sleep. So we start again, and we go and sleep in Mbale. Do you know these places? From Kampala to Mbale, how far it is? So we reach Kabale. It is about almost 1,800 kilometers. Driving a car. And when you sleep, you hear in your ears, echoing. So we sleep in Mbale. Yeah? In the morning, early in the morning, we return to Kampala. That is one motor rally. So you can imagine, you must be fit, strong, the car must be good, you must know how to repair your own car.
In fact, I was going to ask her.
Yes, they used to allow us to repair our cars. In case the service crew is not with you. You come out, even today I think somebody can come out of the car and repair something, change a tire.
So did these service crews have to drive like and be at the point?
Not inside the rally route.
Yes, but at the...
On the main road, because where we come out, they wait for us there. And they also used to have their own rallies in service cars. Because you see, you can easily arrive when the service car is not there. Let me give you an example. From Mbarara to Lyantonde, going through Muzei's place, Chiruhura. Do you know that road? From Mbarara, take Ibanda Road, turn right at Kazo, go to Chiruhura, drive to Lyantonde. You are coming from Mbarara. So you may reach fast before the service pickup has arrived at that junction. So they also drive rallies in their service. They used to drive rallies of their own. And people used to enjoy, even fans, also driving in rallies, going, waiting for cars all over Uganda. So that is how we used to drive in our long rallies. There, you could say, these are men, these are boys. And you could very easily see boys. And very easily see men.
True that.
I'm not saying anything in the wrong way. I'm saying even runners, when they're running in a stadium, some win and others stray. So the men and boys. Okay? But today, what I have noticed, and I'll tell you why FIA regulated like that. It was becoming too expensive to drive a rally of 4 days like the Safari rally. They used to drive 6,000 kilometers, the East African Safari. Yeah, it was too expensive. The fuel, the spares, the movement of people, hotels and so on, it was becoming too expensive. So they made the rally routes shorter. I am surprised today a car leaves, is flagged off, does 25 kilometers and comes back in the service park. And they're working busy, very busy, changing tires, hammers. I said, 25 kilometers. And I think they have also driven about 100 kilometers. I think they can, but 100 kilometers, somebody leaves the start, is flagged off, he goes into the section, he does 70 kilometers, and then he comes back, 70, and the cars of today are very fast, and they're strong, I think, I believe. So really, but it is the FIA which changed the format, so that even standard Group N, the Group N vehicles, I think now you know the categories. For me, I would have to go back to school of rallying to know the differences now, but I know they are standard Group N cars, which are not very expensive. But they are rally cars, they can be made in the factory, you can make it yourself under those regulations, but they are almost standard rally cars. So those are cheaper. And by the way, not so cheap. Because I see them here, they're not so cheap.
Yeah, they are not.
But they are softer. Then you have these in phases as you go up. Yeah? So they left the very expensive vehicles for the works teams and those who can afford. But our drivers mostly here, I think, are driving the average car, They are fast also. They are also fast, but the price is small. So, and FIA said we reduce the distance so that everybody can afford to participate. Yeah?
Yeah.
But those who have the money, they buy the others, the very expensive cars. I know here, I see them, I just hear the sound and I know. The sound tells me that that is an expensive car.
And this is a
So Rob Styles, I've told you what the difference was. And for me, I can tell you that my wife used to carry food in one of my Mercedeses with the family. I didn't eat a lot of food in the hotels and so on. You know why?
It reflects us back to the conversation.
Now you see,
Yeah.
one time in Mbali, we parked our cars. I had won that section, and I was going to start first in the morning. When I started my car, they are calling me to go to the ramp. My mechanic saw oil coming out from the engine. When they checked, they found that the oil filter had been tampered with. That's where pressure for oil is. So somebody broke the clamp and loosened. And people told us, there was one man who was under your car. So we suspect, you know, when you become too strong, people start doing such things to you.
Yeah.
Let him drive from here and there, the oil will be finished, the engine knocks.
He's gone.
So now I'm telling you that we started becoming cautious. They can open our car. And other people also complained about the same. For you, Hapasport, Rob Styles, but I'm telling you the inner part of the game. Other people are competing to disable others. So even food, I started fearing eating food because, you know, I'm not talking about poison. I think at that time maybe they couldn't poison, but they can give you food which can open your stomach and the brakes of the stomach go.
Yeah.
You are driving competitively or in a section, but this, I am sorry to mention this,
Yeah.
but this can also happen. Now that means every short distance you have to stop and go and ease yourself. If you have eaten something bad, you can't win the rally. So we started becoming cautious about such things. Eh? I don't know what happens today, but I'm talking of what I saw then. Now, the difference between today and those days, even our sponsors used to spend a lot of money for those long rallies. Yeah? 3 hotels they have to pay. My service crew, about 30 people, they have to stay in the hotel, and so on. So when they reduced the distance a bit, yeah, the safari used to be about 6,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
Now, I think currently, I think they're driving about 2,500 or something in 3 days. Yeah. All this, I'm not very sure, but I know they reduced.
Yeah, actually 300.
Yeah.
About 300.
A day.
No. Actually, the full rally we could see.
It can't be
500 kilometers.
Is it in the safari?
Yeah.
Hey, that
Things
is very
really changed.
so things have changed. So for us, we are bingwa, very strong men. You know, you have to be very strong. You do exercises to be able to drive that car. If you don't exercise, in the gym, running, walking, doing exercises, you can't drive the cars. You wouldn't have driven the cars in our time. You must be fit. Yeah? For 2,000 kilometers. So that is what used to happen. But today, it is chicken feed. They put their chicken and you eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have any more? or we call it a day?
Really, we call it a day. Maybe some other time we'll come and dig deeper inside the stages, some of the co-drivers, and that deep competition, especially the stages. Maybe kind of few technicalities.
So tell those people, besides motorsport, tell all your friends, and you also go in those foreign countries. I don't know if you drive there. Tell them to come and buy the international driving permit from here. It is only how much? 350,000.
I will have mine in a few.
Huh?
Because I really need
so that you don't get problems with those countries where you go. Okay? Yeah. We sell them here. And tell people, although in motorsport, to bring their children to learn how to drive. Those who have finished S4, now they are 18. Like my daughter who is down now. And those who have finished S6, they're going to university. Instead of getting spoiled through bad manners, roaming in the city, from here to there to where, tell them to come and we teach them how to drive. You didn't see some of them, but they are here. They come. Parents bring them and they learn how to drive. And you know how children can help you when you're an old man like me. Yes, you need youngsters to do the work.
Sure. They have had it.
Yeah? So, in other words, I hope you promote the AA.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't talk about motorsport alone.
I will, definitely.
Okay? Yeah.
We are concluding. The last question would be, so
it seems you are going beyond the 45 minutes and now you are beginning to bring questions.
That's all we want to hear.
Let me give you a chance.
To race.
My daughter, who is down there, she drives me all over. And now I've come to formalize her driving license and so on. She's good, she's quick.
What's her name?
Sharon Nakanjako Chirabo Ssali.
We can't wait to see her.
She's downstairs.
We can't wait to see her. We're anxiously waiting for her. Maybe she could come and join the
what?
co-drivers class. Maybe starts from the League of Co-drivers.
I think she likes them. But now again, these academics, now we are thinking of getting a scholarship to go abroad and do the international curriculum after S4. You know, abroad, for them, they have had the curriculum for over 30 years. It is just coming to Uganda now. So for them, they don't do HSC. They don't do the 2 years. After S4, they call it from what level? They call it level 10 or whatever, 12. They go to university direct. They don't see the advantage of 2 years in HSC, higher school in Uganda. So we are also trying to do that. And if we do that, then she won't be available. But she likes driving cars and repairing. When I'm repairing my car for small things, she participates. Hey, she can change a tire and so on. And here, she's going to get more experience again. That's how we teach how to drive.
Okay. We hope we are going to see her soon. Thank you so much, Mr. Sam. We see how we link up again next time.
Okay.
Continue with our story.
I can see.
We are going to ask the questions, but then we will come back.
I can see you have taken an hour.
Thank you so
Very
much,
cleverly.
All right, and that was Sam Ssali for you. See you in the next episode, and that is going to be Moses Lumala strictly in the cockpit. Later, we are having Coco Ranjit
subscribe if you haven't subscribed.